This document is called a security agreement on accounts receivable. It is designed to secure a loan by using the borrower's incoming customer payments as collateral. Let us begin with the overall context of this presentation. This discussion forms part of the Security Interest and Personal Properties Collateralization Program for restructured loans. The program is designed to strengthen recovery outcomes, reduce dependence on litigation, and support viable loan restructurings for small and medium enterprises. Our company regularly restructures loans as a recovery and client retention strategy. However, experience shows that many restructured loans remain unsecured or weakly secured. This leads to repeat defaults, prolonged collection timelines, and increased reliance on court proceedings. This program was created to address those risks. The key enabler of this program is the Personal Property Security Act and its implementing rules and regulations. This law allows financing companies to accept movable assets and certain intangible rights as collateral. Importantly, these security interests are perfected through registry notice rather than physical possession. This framework reflects global best practices in secured lending. In the United States, these concepts originated under the Uniform Commercial Code. While that law does not apply in the Philippines, its core principles have been adopted locally through the Personal Property Security Act. As a result, Philippine lenders now have access to modern, extrajudicial enforcement tools. This program delivers clear benefits to the financing company. It allows higher approval rates with controlled risk. It shortens recovery timelines. It reduces litigation costs. And it strengthens pre-litigation leverage during restructuring. The primary objectives are to institutionalize the use of movable assets as collateral, ensure legal perfection through registry registration, and enable extrajudicial enforcement. Secondary objectives include improving recovery rates and expanding restructuring options for borrowers who do not own real property. The program focuses on high-quality movable collateral. Primary collateral includes accounts receivable, retention receivables, equipment, and vehicles. Secondary collateral includes inventory, insurance proceeds, and contract payment rights. Among these, accounts receivable play a central role. Why accounts receivable? Accounts receivable are cash-based collateral. They are predictable, traceable, and less costly to enforce compared to physical assets. This makes them ideal collateral for restructured loans. Transition to execution. With that background, we now move from strategy to execution. The next section explains the security agreement on accounts receivable and how lockbox and springing enforcement operate in practice. What is this agreement? This document is called a security agreement on accounts receivable. Its purpose is to secure a loan by using the borrower's incoming customer payments as collateral. The parties. The agreement involves two parties. The first is the financing company, also called the secured creditor. The second is the borrower, usually a construction or operating company, also called the grantor. What are accounts receivable? Accounts receivable are payments owed to the borrower by its customers. These include payments for goods sold, services rendered, construction progress billings, milestone payments, retention money, and earned but unbilled revenue. The agreement covers both existing and future receivables. What is the security interest? By signing the agreement, the borrower grants the financing company a security interest over its accounts receivable. This gives the financing company legal rights over incoming payments. If the borrower defaults, the financing company may collect those payments directly. The security interest also covers all proceeds derived from the receivables. Borrower obligations. The borrower makes several important commitments. The borrower confirms that receivables are valid and collectible. The borrower agrees not to assign, sell, factor, or divert receivables. The borrower must provide accurate reports, invoices, and proof of work. Most importantly, the borrower must not interfere with enforcement. Financing company obligations. The financing company also has obligations. It must apply collections properly and in the correct order. It must act in a commercially reasonable manner. Any surplus funds after full payment must be returned to the borrower. Control over funds occurs only under the conditions set in the agreement. Lockbox or controlled account. A lockbox, also known as a controlled account, is a special bank account. It is used exclusively to receive payments from the borrower's customers. The borrower does not control this account. The financing company does. Tripartite agreement. The lockbox operates under a separate tripartite agreement. This agreement involves the financing company, the borrower, and the bank. The bank agrees to follow the financing company's instructions and restrict the borrower's access when enforcement begins. Springing lockbox. A springing lockbox means the structure exists from the start. However, full control activates only upon default. Before default, the borrower may continue normal operations. Before default, the borrower may collect customer payments in the ordinary course of business. Funds may flow back to the borrower's operating account to support ongoing operations. After default, control shifts immediately. The borrower loses the right to collect payments. All customer payments are redirected to the lockbox. No court action is required to begin enforcement. Notice to account debtors. Upon enforcement, the financing company may issue direct payment notices to customers. Customers are instructed to pay the lockbox directly. Payments made to the borrower after notice no longer discharge the obligation. Anti-interference rule. The borrower is strictly prohibited from interfering. The borrower may not redirect payments, instruct customers otherwise, or retain funds meant for the lockbox. Any interference constitutes an immediate event of default. Application of proceeds. Funds collected through the lockbox are applied in a specific order. First, enforcement and collection costs are paid. Second, loan principal, interest, and fees are paid. Third, any remaining surplus is returned to the borrower. Termination. Once all obligations are fully paid, the agreement terminates. The collateral is released. The registry filing is canceled. Full control returns to the borrower. This structure enables fast recovery at low cost. Instead of repossessing assets, the financing company controls cash. Instead of court proceedings, enforcement relies on contract, bank control, and law. Everyone understands the rules in advance. That is the purpose of this agreement.